My name is Brian, and I want to talk to you about 3601 Holmes Road in New Concord. When I purchased this property, I believe 10, 11 years ago, I could never figure out why there was standing water in front of my barn all the time. Well, I finally figured out there's a drain pipe coming from the south side of the road that has been draining water onto my property, and I don't know for how long, but it wasn't that bad until they, about 3 years ago, redug the drainage ditch along the south side of the road. I believe that's Holmes Road. And what I found out later is that pipe was always there, but it was kind of clogged up, and so when the county came out, the county highway department came out and cleaned that pipe out, it exacerbated the situation. And another problem I'm having is the home at 3602 adjacent to my property became a boys' home for troubled youth, which I'm all for. But the problem is I don't think that septic tank was built to have 20 to 24 people in a home. And so if you go around the back side of the house, you'll see the septic tank and you'll see an overflow, and you'll see that there's always water, or I'm hoping not sewage coming out of that pipe, draining into the ditch, down to the drain pipe, and onto my property. Now, years ago, I called the health department, the Guernsey County Health Department. They came out and they were supposed to do a dye test on the house to see if water was coming down through the pipe onto my property. I never got results. I called the State Representative Adam Holmes' office to see if he could help me out. His assistant was supposed to call the health department and prompt them to send me the report, which I never have received, and that was probably 2.5 years ago. And let's see, what else did I do? I called the county engineer, Paul Sherry. Paul Sherry seemed to think that it wasn't his problem, that pipe had been there and he's not moving it, and that there was a culvert that ran alongside my barn onto the back of the property. Well, I don't know if Paul knows this or not, but there used to be a well in the back side of the property which fed a water pond for cattle, and they had to stop using it because the home was a children's home at one time, and once again the septic tank was overflowing because there were too many kids in the house, and that's why they shut that home down, from what the neighbors have told me. So the problem I'm having is I can't get my equipment in and out of my barn. If I wanted to bring a trailer out of my barn, I got to pull it through mud. My truck is bottoming out constantly, and I can't even. I want to put an overhang and store some equipment outside under an overhang. I wanted to put a fuel tank there, but I can't because the fuel tank truck delivery guy doesn't want to back down because he's worried about getting stuck. The Muskegon Guernsey Electric Company wants to change the transformer in the back because of a new piece of equipment that's going up on the hill, on the south side of the hill on Holmes Road, and they're worried about getting their trucks stuck. So Mr. Sherry seems to think that what they're doing by dumping this drainage ditch water onto my property is legal. I'm not sure it is, but it could be eliminated by just simply continuing that ditch with a drain pipe across the driveway of 3602 Holmes Road, going down the street where it already has a ditch, and a pipe that goes across the road into the drainage creek instead of draining it onto my property. The only other thing I could do is contact an environmental lawyer and sue the city, the state, county, and which I do not want to do when this could be eliminated and alleviated very simply by putting a pipe across the driveway and continuing the drainage down through the ditch and not onto my property. So if anybody knows what we can do to fix this problem, please get in contact with me. Thank you.